Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. And today I want to talk about 7 red flags that you have damaged your moisture barrier. Now, you know I'm always talking about your moisture barrier health and how the barrier really is the root of healthy skin. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I damaged my moisture barrier a few years ago. That is where my passion was born, because what a journey. Not only to find out what was going on with my skin, there wasn't a lot of education at the time around the skin barrier. And so it took me a while to figure out what was going on with my skin. And of course, it was a whole other journey to heal my skin. And there are videos here on my YouTube channel that document that. But I wanted to give you an updated video talking about some of the red flags, some of the symptoms and the signs that your moisture barrier is weak or damaged. And I also want to offer you up some solutions on how to heal. So if you are so ready to find out this 7 red flags, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump right in. So sign number 1, your skin is always irritated. It always feels stressed out, inflamed, itchy, and nothing that you do seems to solve the irritation on your skin. Sign number 2, your skin feels really dehydrated. It's tight, it's dry, maybe a little bit itchy, and it seems like no matter how much skincare you put onto your skin, it never feels relieved. You may also be noticing that your skin is feeling so tight and dry that it's actually, you're seeing fine lines, premature fine lines on your skin. Your skin seems more hollow, or maybe it's even sagging. Sign number 3, your skin is really dull, it's uneven. Maybe you have some blotchy redness. Your complexion just is not glowing. It is not healthy. Sign number 4, your skin is burning or tingling using skincare products you've used for a really long time. That's actually a really big red sign that you need to look into the health of your moisture barrier. Sign number 5, you're breaking out more than usual. This is an important one to look at because you may be breaking out more. The severity of the pimple, they might be more painful, more red, more inflamed, even bigger. They may be in areas you don't usually break out. Sign number 6, eczema or rosacea flare-ups. Now, you may already be diagnosed with these conditions, and you know that when you get a flare-up, it's definitely tied back to your skin barrier, because eczema and rosacea are intimately linked with an impaired moisture barrier function. So you know that something's really not right when you get a flare-up out of the blue. However, a weak barrier might be your very first flare-up of eczema or rosacea. So don't count yourself out of potentially having this condition. One of your first flare-ups might manifest a little bit later in life, and it's definitely tied back to your skin barrier. Sign number 7 is delayed wound healing. Now, this is something, if maybe you're getting those big inflamed pimples and maybe they popped, you might notice that they're not healing at the normal pace like they normally would. It's like it just will not close up. That wound will not close up. It won't heal up. It won't go away. So now that we know the 7 red flags of a damaged moisture barrier, let me remind you why your barrier is so important in the first place and why we need to get it back to being healthy. The moisture barrier works 2 different ways as a defense system for your skin. It helps to hug in all the hydration and moisture and keep it inside of your skin, but it also works to defend from outside stressors like environmental stressors, pollution, smoke. It helps to protect from UV radiation. It can also help to prevent bacteria from entering the skin. It's a very important protective measure, and it's also very important for keeping your skin hydrated, plump. It is linked to everything that is healthy skin. So that's why the barrier is so important. And when you think about your barrier like a wall on your skin, keeping things out and keeping things in, when your barrier is damaged, basically think about it like holes. There's holes in the structure. There's bricks missing. It's not a complete wall or like an airtight barrier. So all the things that are good inside of your skin have ways to escape out of your skin. So all that hydration is moving through the barrier to the top portion of the skin, and then it's being evaporated away. And that's why your skin feels so dehydrated and tight at the surface. And it's also a two-way, right? It's also letting in more of the environmental stressors, the pollution, the smoke, the UV radiation. That's why the barrier is so important. When it is compromised, when it is damaged, we definitely need to heal that barrier up. So one of the causes of a damaged moisture barrier is lifestyle related. If you're not taking care of your overall body, it is actually connected to your skin and your moisture barrier. If you're not getting enough sleep, if you're under a lot of stress, if you're not following a really nutrient rich diet for your body, or if you're smoking, these are all things that contribute to unhealthiness in our body, and it also contributes to an unhealthy, weak, or damaged, compromised moisture barrier. So just know that it's not just about pampering your skin. You actually have to holistically take care of your whole body. Everything is connected for a really healthy skin and a really healthy body too. It can also be caused by environmental things like pollution in the air. That's actually something the barrier helps to keep out of your skin. And if there's a lot of pollution around, it can test your skin's moisture barrier. A lot of exposure to UV, especially unprotected, not wearing sunscreen, and getting a lot of UV exposure over time can actually also test the health of your skin's moisture barrier. It can be caused by things like seasonal shifts as well. And another environmental condition that might affect the health of your barrier is very dry environment. Don't count out the fact that air conditioning or heating in your homes, in your office spaces, your living spaces can actually dry out your skin. It can test your moisture barrier and zap a lot of hydration from your skin. And habits can affect our moisture barrier. Yes, sometimes the things you do to your skin and the things that you put on your skin can test your moisture barrier. Things like harsh cleansers, stripping skincare that has a lot of drying amounts of alcohol in it. Chemical exfoliation is really the biggest one and the most common culprit. That's how I damage my moisture barrier, using too much and too high of a percentage for my skin. And physical exfoliants like scrubs can also be too abrasive for the skin barrier. So how do you heal? I'm going to share some steps that really help, I think, anybody get on the right track to healing and strengthening up their skin barrier. Step number 1, simplify your skincare routine. Now, this isn't necessarily about the amount of products in your skincare routine. We'll talk about that later, but this is really about kind of cleaning your skincare products out of any potential irritants and making things really simple, kind of plain and bland on your skin. So I want you to look for potential irritants like artificial fragrance, essential oils, or drying forms of alcohol. And I will also say, look out for fragrant compounds. They don't have the word oil after them, and it doesn't say fragrance, but these are fragrant compounds that also have the potential to irritate. They are numerous. I'm going to put some common ones on the screen right now. When your skin is damaged, when your barrier is not functioning properly, you are more vulnerable to those irritants than you are with healthy skin. So the potential is actually higher to irritate your skin in this vulnerable state. So let's take all the high potential out of the equation and just keep it really simple with the ingredients. You also want to take out all of those potentially stimulating, exfoliating, irritating ingredients out of your skincare routine. This might have been why you damaged your moisture barrier in the first place, right? So we definitely want to cut those types of products that we're suspecting caused a damaged barrier out of our routine. But again, an abundance of caution. This is not the time for AHAs, glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, not the time. No salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, retinoids, tretinoin. I would even put in vitamin C into this category. Let's just not even complicate things. You really need to change your mindset, because you may be like, no, I need my benzoyl peroxide for my breakouts and I need my vitamin C for my brightening. But those aren't your goals right now. Change the mindset. Really focus on healthy skin, getting your skin back in balance and back to being healthy. That is your only skincare goal right now. So all of that other stuff, let's push that out of the routine for the time being, and let's just focus on one goal, which is healthy skin. Step number 2, embrace gentle cleansing. Now we want to look at our cleansing products. Hopefully we've cleared out any of the potential irritating fragrances and drying alcohols. Let's look at that ingredients list for some active ingredients like benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, vitamin C. This is not the time for that. We want a very gentle, pH balanced cleanser. Hopefully the cleanser is a pH of about 5.5. That's about the same as human skin. Going too high with the pH level is again potentially irritating, which you are more vulnerable to because your barrier is damaged. So I have actually a whole video on gentle cleansers for sensitive skin that would all be great recommendations. So definitely check that out if you need a new cleanser. Quickly, I'm going to shout out ones that I like the Roche-Posay Lipikar AP Plus Wash, Cerave Cream to Foam Cleanser, and the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. I also want you to think about reducing the amount of times you use a cleanser during the day. I know that this is weird. Not everybody loves this tip, but I want you to hear me out on this. If you've damaged your barrier, your skin is vulnerable. It's a little baby that needs to be protected. And so cleanser can be even more drying and irritating on vulnerable skin. So definitely use a cleanser at nighttime. You want to have that nice, good, clean, right? Good, clean canvas. But think about maybe not using a cleanser in the morning. That doesn't mean that you don't have to wash your face. You can still use water. You can still use a washcloth. You can still get a clean feeling on your skin without using cleanser. It is possible. So think about it, try it out, see if it's right for you. But if you eliminate the amount of times you're using that cleanser on your skin, you're eliminating a lot of potential for irritation. Step number 3 is to reset your skincare goals. I did touch on this a little bit already, but I really want to underline this and emphasize that you need to have one skincare goal right now, and that is to heal your damaged skin. If you have all these different skincare goals that you're trying to address, now is the time to actually put a pause on those. So we don't need the brightening serums right now. We don't need to focus in on our anti-acne ingredients. We don't need to focus on our well-aging serums. We need to just put all of that to the side right now, reset our mind, reset our goals. Healthy skin, laser tunnel vision focus here. That's all we need to worry about. I want you to think about achieving healthy skin as balancing your skin, because your skin is probably very imbalanced right now. It's feeling dry, it's feeling tight, but it's maybe manifesting flakes, but maybe an area is also very oily. It's different for everybody, but there's definitely a change in your skin. It's not behaving the way that it used to. And I want you to think about getting your skin back into balance. There are some things that we can do that not only benefit our moisture barrier, but also help to replenish the skin, get it back to being comfortable, and eliminating some of those really nagging symptoms that are probably interfering with the quality of your life right now. The irritation, the inflammation, the redness, the dryness, the itchiness. Skincare can help us address those things as we go on that healing journey. So when my barrier is damaged, I cannot live without toner. The dehydration is so strong on my skin when my barrier is not functioning properly. Toner really helps to relieve the itchiness, the dryness, that tight feeling that you just can't get out of your head all day long, right? It interferes with your life. Toner really helps to relieve some of those symptoms, and it helps to rehydrate the skin. I could do without a lot of skincare products when my skin is damaged, but toner is not one of them. One that I really like is the Make Prime Essence Toner. This is just really gentle, but so deeply replenishing for my skin. Another one that I like is the Cerave Hydrating Toner that has barrier strengthening ingredients and lots of juicy hydration. I may even throw a moisturizing toner into the mix to help relieve some of the itchy dryness on my skin. I really love Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. It is very moisturizing. It is very rich, but it feels so comforting and so soothing when your skin is raw, red, irritated, dry, tight, and itchy. This is just a beautiful hug of moisture on the skin. It is so vital that you have a great moisturizer on hand to help with your barrier healing journey. I just want to mention it now. I have some product picks because I'm going to talk more in depth about moisturizer later in the video, but it is actually a really crucial product that you will probably want as you're healing your skin. I also love calming creams and serums to help with that irritated feeling. Some that I really like include NIOD Modulating Glucosides Serum. I also really like La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Baume. So good to put on any areas that are feeling really inflamed or itchy. It's a multi-purpose healing balm. I also really like the Paula's Choice Omega Plus Serum as well. So I just listed off a lot of products, and you may be feeling kind of overwhelmed thinking, do I need to use all all these products in order to heal my barrier. Absolutely not. I'm just offering up some ideas of things that have worked for me, some specific recommendations, but you don't have to use all of these products all within the same skincare routine. And I want to touch on this a little bit because there's always like a hyper fixation sometimes on the amount of products. How many steps are in your skincare routine? And I know that like when your skin is damaged, you might come across some recommendations for really reducing the amount of products in your skincare routine, really just like paring it down to the basics. A lot of people even suggest just washing your face and just using moisturizer and nothing else. And I'm sure that those things work. In fact, I know that those things work because there's so many people who have had that experience and that is what has worked for them. And I think that that is great. It might be what's right for you. I'm offering it up as an alternative. It's not wrong. It's not the only way though either. I personally know if I only washed my face and put on moisturizer, my skin would suffer so much. But I just want to encourage you to not think about your routine in terms of number of steps. Whether your skin is healthy or whether your skin is damaged, it's not about how much or how little you are putting onto your skin. Okay, it's really more about building an intentional and mindful skincare routine. And that's what I'm really trying to tell you in this video. I'm trying to tell you about what types of cleansers to look for. I'm trying to tell you, what types of ingredients to avoid, what types of ingredients help. But ultimately, it's down to you to build a mindful and intentional healing routine that works for your skin. So don't feel ashamed if you're using more than 3 products. Don't feel like you need to go out and buy a bunch if like just your moisturizer is working for you. It's about your skin, and these are just some ideas. Step number 4 is to use ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. We talked about the ingredients to avoid. Now let's talk about the ingredients to seek out. Your skin barrier is made of 50% of ceramides, 25% of cholesterol, and 25% of fatty acids. There's other things in there too, but these are the 3 main components that make up the biggest, majority of your skin barrier. And when your skin is functioning in a healthy manner, your body is naturally producing these elements. But when your barrier is compromised, you're either not producing enough or you just can't like fill in the holes. Remember the holes, right? Think about ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids going in and filling the holes. You're just not getting enough. And so you can actually supplement that by applying it topically in skincare products, and it does actually go in and strengthen your moisture barrier. There's a lot of focus on just ceramides. It makes up 50% of the barrier. It makes sense. But these ingredients are more effective when they're paired together in what I call the Holy Trinity. And in fact, I have a whole video called My Holy Trinity Holy Grails. These are all products that contain all 3 of these ingredients that are great for healing a moisture barrier. So you can check out that video for some recommendations. But some things that I want to point out in today's video that include all 3 are Stratia Liquid Gold, Paula's Choice Omega Plus Complex Serum, Cerave Moisturizing Cream, and Illiyoon Ceramide 8.0 Concentrate Cream. Step number 5, build occlusion into your skincare routine. Now, occlusive ingredients, you can often find them in moisturizers, but what occlusives do is they work to hug hydration and moisture and skincare into the skin and help protect the skin from outside forces like really dry air that dehydrates your skin. Sounds a lot like the moisture barrier, doesn't it? Occlusive ingredients, especially with moisturizers, can create a temporary barrier on your skin that helps to protect that really vulnerable baby skin as your true skin barrier is healing. So it's actually a really crucial step to build this into your routine to really help your skin feel comfortable and really help to aid the healing process. Now, the 2 moisturizers that I just recommended for you, the Illiyoon and the Cerave Moisturizing Cream, these 2 moisturizers do contain the Holy Trinity of barrier healing ingredients, but they also contain really good occlusive ingredients as well. So it's like a 2-for-1 with these products. You might want to look for all of these ingredients in your moisturizers. There's other ones out there too. But you want to look for ingredients like dimethicone, petrolatum, anything with like wax is usually a good occlusive. Things like beeswax, lanolin, these are all great occlusive ingredients that are going to create that nice temporary barrier on your skin. So I offered up a couple of moisturizers. You may also look into like a Vaseline, Aquaphor, or like a Cerave healing ointment. Any type of healing ointment that contains a high percentage of petrolatum in particular, very occlusive, very barrier creating, and very helpful to help heal up the skin. I like Cerave healing ointment because it does have some of the barrier components in it, like ceramides in it, and it creates a really nice barrier. But Aquaphor, something that's a little bit more on the moisturizing side, a little bit more occlusive even than Cerave, because there's also lanolin in here. So a couple of different options, but these can be nice to use in place of a moisturizer or even on top of a moisturizer to create extra occlusion to protect your healing skin. All those tips, all those products, all that information, I really hope it helped you out. And I have to say, I'm just so passionate about this because when I damaged my moisture barrier, I felt like a failure. It was like the lowest point in my skincare journey, and I was pretty ashamed of it, but I also, like, I put it out there and I shared it. And to know that like doing that has actually helped so many people heal their skin, like it's actually like it means the world to me. Like this is why I still do this. This is why I still put videos up on YouTube. Like why I keep going is because I know that like I can help somebody who is going through what might also be a really low point in their skincare journey. And if I can just leave you with one more piece of advice, I really want to encourage you, if you're dealing with this right now, please embrace the mindset shift. Because I struggled with it so much, and it delayed the healing of my skin. I could have healed my barrier so much sooner if I had just embraced the mindset shift, if I had just allowed myself to let go of my vanity goals, because I was so wrapped up with the pimples and with the hyperpigmentation and the dull looking skin. I couldn't let go of chemical exfoliation. I knew logically I needed to take it out of my routine to heal, and I couldn't. I just kept putting it on my skin. Like, well, maybe if I just do it one time a week or something. No, I literally stood in the way of my healing process because I was just so focused on what I was seeing in the mirror instead of paying attention to what was happening inside of my skin and listening to my body. So once I did accept that, and I really went in and committed to just healing my skin and just having healthy skin, I healed my barrier. You know, it can happen in as little as 2 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks is the general amount of time it takes to heal, but so many of us have stories of it taking a lot longer, probably because we didn't embrace the mindset shift. So some of the things I was saying, you're like, I'm not doing that. Maybe reconsider. But really just refocus yourself on healing up your skin. Your skin wants to heal. It wants to be healthy. It will. Sometimes you got to encourage it and follow on that journey just a little bit. If this video helped you, I would be so honored if you would subscribe to my channel. I release a lot of new skincare content throughout the week. I do long form videos and shorts, so maybe consider turning on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe. I'm so glad you were with me here today, and I love you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.